Hi, my name is Ben Robert Zamora, and I'm here to talk about a simple solution, the truth about how easy it is to make everyone safer. And in this presentation, we're going to be talking about gun control and what we have to do to make everyone's safety a priority. And the best way to do this is to look to see where we've come from to figure out where we're going to go next. So we're going to start in 2001. And in 2001, the state of New Mexico had issued no new state gun laws and were only following federal law. Suicides were at 10.26 per 100,000 residents, and homicides were at 3.66 per 100,000 residents on an annual basis. Firearm production was under 4 million units per year, and household possession was at 33% nationally. So, a great question to ask now is, where are we now? And over the past 17 years, New Mexico has issued no additional laws. Suicides have increased by 12% to 11.68, and homicides have increased by 48% to 5.43. In addition to that, in 2013, gun production was at 11 million units per year, which is almost 3 times as many guns that were being produced prior, and the national gun ownership has fallen 2% to 31%, whereas in New Mexico, gun ownership was at 49%. So the conclusion that we can draw from this is suicide and homicide rates have increased, and gun ownership is higher than the national average. And the best way that I figured that we can look to see where we're going is to figure out what other people are doing. And so we are going to be looking at California. California is known for having the strictest gun laws in the United States. And so this is what they've done. Well, first off, they've added additional laws. These laws containing state gun registration. So anyone wishing to buy a firearm in the state of California has to register it in their database. Dealers are the only people who are allowed to purchase and sell firearms to properly use the database in the state of California. And they've also prohibited assault rifles over a certain size. What are their statistics? Well, suicides were at 3.74 per 100,000 residents, which is almost 300% lower than what they are in the state of New Mexico. And homicides are at 4.06, which is a 74% less amount of homicides occurring in the state of California than are happening in New Mexico. And currently, gun ownership in California is at 20%. So, how do we follow? Well, I propose that we pass a bill that requires background checks, a bill that pays for a database that we can use to culminate all the purchases of firearms and who purchased them, a 10-day waiting period to receive the firearm, which is starting to be the national average, and allow restrictions so that only authorized dealers can purchase and sell guns. Another great piece of utility that we can use is to advertise the buyback program. Currently, New Mexico has a buyback program, but it's not well enough advertised for the public to know that it is there. And this allows people who own guns to safely discard them in case they don't want it anymore, or they still have the option to sell back to any licensed dealer. So how much does this cost to get there? Well, background checks are usually going to run about $20 per person for a federal background check. In addition to that, the database is going to run $50,000 according to costowl.com. Enforcing these restrictions is going to amount to $0 due to the fact that we already have government entities that can take over this project, and what it costs to pass the bill, which is roughly going to run less than $1,000 with the right support. And lastly, I believe that a $4,000 investment into advertising would be more than enough to really put the buyback program out there and to really ensure that the public knows that this is an option. And so the total cost of this would amount to around $55,000, which when you keep into consideration how important public safety is should be our top priority. So thank you so much for listening to this presentation, and I hope you did learn something. Thank you so much.